Come one, come all. You are now listening to the Aux Podcast. Every week, Monday night, hosted by Steelo and Max. Roll yourself up some potent, pour yourself a drink, get yourself comfortable. We finna chill.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the Aux Podcast. I am joined by none other than Man Gavin LU. We out here in like 3 different fucking time zones, making shit happen out here. Thank y'all for joining me. How we doing today, fellas?
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for
I'm
having
all good. I'm all good.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I have been grinding the fuck out of Silksong, which I know you have been as well. And
nice. I started last night. Yeah, it's like
it's peak. It's the
I don't know,
greatest
I'm
video.
I'm not that far in, but it's just like I don't know. As soon as I started playing, I was like, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted.
Trust me. And like
yeah, and it's like sorry, but like Luna said in the Discord too, it's like it's nice to have a more vocal protagonist.
Yes,
as well. Like,
absolutely.
Like she's talking and shit. Yeah,
and there's a more like character to it, you know? That's what I like. I have been, dude, like when I tell you I went to bed at like 4 a.m. yesterday just because I lost myself completely. Like it's fucking crazy. So yeah, we're good, man. We're good.
You guys are really selling this game to me now.
It's
well, you just play like play Hollow Knight, play the first one, and like it's gonna seem it's like one of the, because like sometimes in these games I'm like I'll start a boss fight and I'm like, there's just no ways I'm ever gonna beat this guy.
Yeah.
But then you just have to die like a few times, and then like the patterns start like coming naturally and shit, and then
you get to like
start to believe in yourself.
Now you're not selling it very well. I got frustrated with the Expedition 33. Like looks awesome.
That game's so good. I need to finish it, but it's so good.
Yeah.
But man, fuck that combat system. Like,
that's super real, actually.
I thought it's so good because, like, I don't know. I tend to get a bit bored of turn-based games eventually, but they keep you so engaged in Expedition 33 that, like, if you're not focused, you're just gonna die.
Turn-based. No, it's not a turn-based game, like at all. It's like fucking Twitch reaction shit. No,
it's better.
Yeah, because that's where a lot of the combat is like quick time events almost, where like you need to be on point.
It's the worst.
And the thing is, you don't know what the enemy's pattern is going to be. So sometimes you just have to die first because you can't time your shots until you. You can't time a dodge until you realize it because they hit like in very janky and like weird ways.
The animations, everything. I have no fucking clue why people like this game so much.
Literally, so many people have been saying it's like Game of the Year, and Lou's just like, not a chance.
I really wanted to like it, but as soon as I got into the combat, I'm like, okay, I cannot get where it's coming from, but all these like goofy looking enemies with like weird movement patterns, like how the fuck am I supposed to predict that?
Everything you're saying is why I love the game.
Type shit, actually, real. For me though, I'm telling you, like with the first Hollow Knight, you get into like a flow state that is genuinely my favorite game of all time. Like. Especially if you like those like old school like Metroidvania kind of vibes, like tap the fuck in, bro. It's so good. It's so good. Anyways,
and the lore is like
it's next level.
You can like really dive into the lore, and it just makes it. Better.
All right,
it's great.
Okay. I will give it a shot and report back.
Straight up, if you want, I will give you like access to my Steam account because I have both games. Feel free, like absolutely.
No. I'm good. I have the first one for free on through like PlayStation Plus. Or
So, right on.
Yeah, so no cost for trying it, well, except for time.
Sure.
But first, I have to finish the new Metal Gear, which I'm enjoying.
Nice,
real
nice.
I like how we're
instantly that, but we might end up just talking about games.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about the music and we're just nerding the fuck out. So let's get right into it, guys. What have y'all been listening to recently? What's been on the playlist? What's been on the queues? I want to know.
Lou, you can start.
I'm actually pulling up my Spotify
Right.
because I actually don't listen to that much rap nowadays.
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I go through these phases over the years since the 90s where I'll be like hardcore, like I listen to everything that comes out, and then
Yeah.
at some point I got like everything gets saturated and everything sounding the same to me. Sound like no, I need to go back to listen to different things. So recently I've been on like a lot of dance hall. Like I've been
Oh
listening to
yeah,
like Bounty Killer and stuff.
right on.
A lot of Jamaica music, and then what else is there? Some 140 BPM
Uh-huh.
of bass music, drum and
Type.
bass, jungle,
Right on.
a lot of like vision recordings things. What else
Yeah.
is here? Oh yeah, dub and reggae.
Right on.
Uh,
Okay. I did not expect that. That's really cool.
oh, I love that shit. I've been listening to it like for as long as I've been listening to rap at the
Yeah.
same time, so it's kind of always there. What else is here?
Because
Scrolling
like
through the Doom.
scrolling through that,
all
real
these-
as fuck. Yup, real. I feel
Actually-
what makes a really good producer is being able to listen to all kinds of shit and like take little parts of that here and there and like incorporate it into your own
100%,
music, you know?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
the first rap album in my history is actually the New Evidence joint.
ooh, that shit is fire
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Stupid.
I've listened to it like 2 or 3 times, and it's really, really dope. Like
Yeah.
it's exactly why I like the first Unlearning as well. Like it really hits like the same notes, like maybe stretches it a bit further, but it's like it's really good.
I
In
have
that
to
same
say,
kind of
like,
vein.
yeah, but it's like the most focused he's ever been, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I have all of his records and all Dilated People's records on wax, and the Unlearning ones
I
are,
think
you can feel like as he gets older,
Yeah.
like everything changes, and that you can kind of follow the arc of him being like this, like a rap artist, to now just being like this dude sitting in the corner, just like observing and narrating everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
really
incredible.
good.
he had a dope interview with Dylan Cinema Sai. He was
Yes.
like
Yes.
speaking about how like the Unlearning volumes are like him going back to like point one, like just forgetting everything and starting from scratch, and like like he was speaking about when he released the first one, he was like keeping the demos instead of going to Alchemist's house to record on the good mic.
Yeah.
Shit like that, and keeping it like real, like kind of like bare bones in a way, and just like kind of starting over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting.
I feel that made the project like as good as it did though. Like having that time
Definitely.
to really like toil over it, like it's fucking incredible, man. Yeah, that's one of my favorite releases this year as well. I have like fucking 50 favorite releases this year already, dude. It's getting out of hand. I genuinely think this is one of the greatest years for hip hop in like a long time, man. Everything that's been coming out has
I
been
feel
like next level, dude.
Like in any like hip hop Discord, I feel like people say this every year though.
Yeah,
Because
that's
when you're
right.
like really tapped in, there are really a lot of releases coming out like on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that's real. Like
So, yeah.
I know we're both in the Rap Music Plug podcast Discord. Every week there's just some next shit that pops up, and then it's like, yeah, this is incredible.
It's too much to follow. Just
I stopped keeping
stop
up.
making music.
Yeah, I stopped keeping up. I just like check out the Discord after every few days, and then I just see what gets repeated. Then I check it out, because if it's like, oh, this just dropped, I'm like, no, my queue is so full.
That's real as fuck. I can't lie.
It's difficult.
Ever since I started this whole thing, like I have been listening to, I do like 10 first listens every week, and I'm like, all right, man, like I gotta chill the fuck out and go back to the shit that I've been liking. It's wild, man.
Especially if
Do you think it like sorry, but do you think it like messes with your like listening experience in any way, like where listening starts to feel like work because you kind of like, okay, I gotta get through these releases, like while it's still like fresh?
Honest to God, not really. Because like I'm very thankful for like I work a fucking office 9 to 5 that lets me listen to music 24/7 pretty much. So like yeah, I'll start something new, and then if I'm ever getting burnt out, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go turn on Shadowbox, or like I'm gonna go turn on an album that I'm very familiar with and I love, and I'm still able to enjoy it. And then when it's like, all right, I need something new to listen to, then I'm able to like, So I'm very blessed in the sense that even though I'm listening to a fuck ton of music all the time, like it's still fresh for me, Yeah. What about you, Gavin? What you been listening to recently, bro?
I mean, like probably all the stuff that people would predict. I've been listening to that Earl a bunch. I think that Earl project is a
So good.
masterpiece. It's just,
So fucking good.
yeah. And my,
Lou, have
it's
you listened to that
probably
one
my
yet?
favorite.
I think I skimmed through it, didn't click, so I need to go
Oh,
back to it.
you
Yeah,
need to
I
go back
didn't.
to
I
it.
didn't think it would click.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but Earl's like one of my favorite artists ever. So like, and this is probably my favorite since some rap songs, which
Agreed.
I know a bunch of people are saying.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been listening to that a bunch. I've been listening to that new Dijon album, Baby.
Yes. Oh, it's
which
so
is
good.
really
It's
good.
so
Yeah.
good.
It's really good. And I've still been listening to his last album.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
which is one of my favorite albums ever.
So fucking good. Man.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm still listening to Gollywog.
Yep.
Kosi dropped a re-released the song Rap
Mhm.
Voice, which is
Incredible.
awesome. I've been bumping that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Type shit, man.
Mhm.
The
Usual
yeah.
rap shit.
The underground shit, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I guess let's get right into it. For any of my listeners who aren't familiar with you guys, I want y'all to introduce yourself. Let the people know the shit that you're on, who you are, that kind of thing. Can you tell I run a very professional operation here, by the way?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Looks good.
I know a lot of
ahead.
people are relatively familiar with your work, Gavin, just because like I've spoken about it quite a bit, like among my circles. Because fucking the album that you released last year, Memories, Dreams, Reflections, was one of those ones that like really fucking clicked with me. And like just in me talking to people, I'm like, yo, this is one that you got to check out. So like I know people are relatively familiar with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Of course. But like Lou, if I'm being real, this was the first project of yours that I tapped in with. And like from the production standpoint, like fucking next level, man. And like that made me want to go back and I listened to the shit that has 2 Def C features.
Fragments.
Fragments. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
I loved that shit as well. And it's like it's so crazy because okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Please let the people know.
Appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Of course, man. Of course.
I think I froze.
No, you're good.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay. How do you introduce? Okay, I guess I'm a rap man, Gavin.
Yes, sir.
I am a rapper from Cape Town, South Africa.
Yes, sir.
I've been rapping for like maybe like 13 years at
Shit.
this point.
Yeah.
Started writing when I was like 16. Maybe started putting together really bad demos when I was like 19. I'm 31 now, old.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about myself.
I think a big thing is like I feel a lot of the underground is very focused in the United States and like an American kind of centric view. So hearing you coming from like literally the opposite side of the world from where most people are navigating in, and like you're making some of the dopest shit I've heard in a while. Like it's so fucking cool,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
Thank
And I
you.
feel it really shows like the global impact of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where like
for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
it's just
Yeah,
cool.
like,
It's really cool to see.
So like with just like connecting with people like
Mhm.
in these Discord communities and shit. It's like it's interesting because before this, obviously, I was kind of just making music with the people around me and stuff, but not everybody kind of is as into it as me to a certain extent and stuff. So things slow down a lot and like I remember there was a stage when I was rapping and I was like, okay,
Mhm.
like do I have to like change the music that I enjoy making so that more people are into it? And then eventually, like when I found certain artists who are like very much like clearly just doing their own thing and then like forming their own like niche audiences and stuff and like developing their own communities, I started realizing, oh, maybe I don't need to change like my style. I just kind of need to find the right people to listen to it and shit. And then you kind of just, I don't know how, like I guess it's through Twitter, but I don't know like how it started, but you just stumble into, I guess, well, it's being fans of certain artists, I guess.
Yes.
And then through that, you just find people who are into like the same music as you, like.
Yeah, because I found your shit
then, like,
through we have shout out Trey Does, one of our mutuals. I followed him in like 2023 kind of thing, and then he was just talking about your music, And same shit. I know he found you, like, obviously navigating within the same, like, underground communities on Twitter.
He's on that Twitter famous shit.
Yeah.
I was following, everybody was following him before they spoke to him. He's just that guy.
He's that guy.
I don't know.
He's that guy.
He was just saying stuff on Twitter where you're like, okay, yeah, I agree with that. Like, he's a very articulate guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wants to be.
And I think it's really funny because at the time before Twitter fucking bombed his name, it was "I will kill you, nigga," and like that is just a funny fucking name, you know. Like, of course you want to tap in with that. But yeah, like it really goes to show, like, I think the underground is, at least nowadays, like a lot of it is through that like online kind of presence, and like it's crazy. I never would have thought I'd be bumping a rapper from South Africa, you know, like, and that like. Just on like a sheer global perspective, I'm not tapped into the scene down there, but like sure enough, through these communities, like that's how I find this shit. It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's amazing.
And Lou, I need you to let the people know who the fuck you are, because
man,
dude,
I'm keeping a low profile. I've been at it for a while. It's just I started making music in late 90s when I was like 16, 17 or something. I just I don't even remember exactly how it started. I think I heard or saw the music video for Mystery of Chess Boxing. And as a kid, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't sound like anything that I ever heard. And I'm originally from Poland, so I was born there in the 80s, and I migrated to the UK when I was 20, lived there for 15 years, and moved to the US. So I've been around and just, you know, I've been always making music along that whole journey, and wherever I lived, that kind of influenced me. And, you know, I started making rap back in Poland. I had some homies, like, locally, you know, the usual thing. Like, they were doing shows. I was producing for a bunch of people. I got signed at some point, produced a couple of tracks for a dude that blew up. Made zero money out of it because I signed off all the rights because I had no fucking clue what I'm signing. Which is for the best. Like, in retrospect, it was all very, very corny, so it's all good. But, you know, throughout like the trials and tribulation, I always stuck with like making music and just making it for myself. At some point, life got in the way, and I kind of let go. You know, this push for let's make something out of it that can actually provide income. And, you know, some of my peers made it. You know, they have plaques on their walls and such. I'm not salty about it. I just have a different life path, but I have the freedom to do whatever I want. You know, I can release a drum and bass track tomorrow, which I'm probably gonna do anyway.
Oh shit!
You know, I don't have to stick with anything. Don't have to have obligations. Like, I just do it for the love. And you know, I've been making a lot of different music, not only rap, but that's where I started. That's how I learned the craft, and I keep learning it to this day. You know, you mentioned Fragments. I re-listened to it a few weeks ago. I'm like, wow, if I could, I would just go back and redo the whole thing. It's just so many things I would fix. But
I feel that's the case with any artist, though. Like, you'll go back and listen to your old shit and be like, I'm so much better now. Like, what the fuck was I doing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I appreciate people like Jay Zone, who just completely reinvented himself, you know, being this like goofy rap guy, whatever. And then, you know, he just like deleted the whole thing, just became a drummer and plays funk. That's just so real. Like, I feel it. Like, I know where this guy is coming from. Like, I would never be angry at him. I have the records on vinyl, so I can still go back to his old music or whatever. But that's just a long-winded answer to your question. I've been around. I've been like keeping a low profile because I have like, I don't know, 10 aliases releasing music. Half of it is lost because I never made any backups that were released pre-streaming. So I do whatever. So if I hear somebody, like, I discovered Gavin through Twitter, I think. And it was somebody actually posted a video that you were featured in, Gavin, with Master Key, I think.
Master Kai,
exactly. I was like, wow, this guy's dope. And then I found Gavin on Twitter. I was like, I just like approached him one time, like, you want to make a track? Like, it was that simple.
I think Lou asked me for my rates or something, but I had his production, so I was like, well, why don't I just give you a verse and then you can maybe give me a beat or two, and then we were kind of like, well, why don't we make like a small EP and then see what happens, and then we just it obviously just became an album.
Fast forward 2 years, then you have
2 years, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're busy people.
I was gonna say that kind of leads into one of my questions that I'll ask later of like how long. We'll get into that later. Yeah, it's really fucking cool to see. Like, it's funny. Pretty much everyone who I've interviewed so far, it's the same kind of thing where like within this underground scene, like it really just as simple as like shooting someone a DM and being like, "Yo, you trying to work?" And then, sure enough, some of the dopest projects that are coming out now, like that's how it happened. So that's fucking crazy. Right on. And also, you guys are like the first people on the show that I've had that are like older than 18, and that is like kind of affirming to me.
Till is older.
Oh yeah, real.
Yeah. Those guys, I'm sure, is similar age to us.
Yeah.
Well, me and you are not similar. Well, we like, I don't know what the age gap is. It's like 8-9 years, maybe.
11.
11.
Okay, yeah.
Either way, like I think it's so fucking cool that like within this underground space, like it really doesn't matter your background, your age, whatever. At the end of the day, people are just making dope fucking art, and like it really just is as simple as that, you know?
Oh,
I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's such a force multiplier. I remember when starting like in the early 2000s, like it was just the people you knew locally. You would have to like play shows or whatever, go to other cities to connect with other people and so on. But like if you're like a producer, like that's it. You're kind of locked out. So when the internet came around and, you know, all the forums and such, that's when you start linking with people. And it just kind of exploded. There is 2 dudes from Poland. I actually work with them. Like one of them is a DJ. He made cuts for some of the things that are produced. The other one used to be a rapper. Now he's a producer. And, you know, they just blew up because they connected with like rappers from the States. They made some vinyl releases with them, and that kind of, you know, only because they were able to connect to the internet. Like nobody else would be able to do that, you know, 10 years prior, because like nobody would like come and play shows in Poland coming from US. Like why the fuck would you do that? You know, it's magic. Like
it is. It really fucking is, yo. And like that's what I think is so impressive about like the scene nowadays, where like you can work with fucking anyone. If like you have that connection, if you're mutuals on fucking Twitter or whatever, you can just go from like even this that we're doing right now. I'm talking to 2 motherfuckers. I'm in Toronto, you're in LA, and you're in South Africa. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And Lou's from Poland, so he looks like South African, Polish, American.
And British. Yeah. I have dual citizenship, so
type shit
all over the place.
That's what's up. So I guess let's get into it, like the meat and potatoes a little bit. It's been about a month since Scrolling Through the Doom has come out. And from what I have seen so far, the reception online, it has been nothing but praised and regarded as one of the illest projects coming out in the underground like this year. So I want to know how you guys are feeling like a month after the release, give or take. Like, how are we feeling about the reception? How are we feeling about how people are thinking about it? You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Because I'm telling you, bro, like everyone who I've spoken to about this project has spoken like nothing but highly about it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm happy with it. Everybody who I've seen speak about it has been positive about it. I think the challenge really like comes now, like in trying to keep people interested in it. Yeah. Because things just move so fast, and it's like I'm definitely happy with the reception, but the slowdown is inevitable. So like, figuring out how to like continue like marketing it and like, let's. I guess I just hope people keep listening to it. Like I remember I was listening to an interview once. I think it was an interview with Hester Valentine, and he was like talking about how you're not just competing with like other albums and shit. You're competing with anything that takes up time. So for like someone to sit down and listen to your album, like especially like actively, like with like intent to like really like listen, like it's a lot of time. You know what I mean? So it's like we'll see how it goes. But I'm definitely happy. It's probably the best response I've gotten to any project I've released, both in terms of like what people are saying, numbers, purchases, which these aren't like big numbers and shit, but like relative to what I'm used to and shit, it's definitely positive, and I'm happy with it.
Nice.
Yeah, same for me. I've been traveling for the last 2 weeks, so I kind of just queued up some tweets and such to just promote the album, and I didn't even have the chance to look into the stats and stuff. And then once I was back, I started looking at everything. I was like, oh shit, this is doing very well. What stokes me is just that it gets consistent listens. Like some people are really listening to the album that I know that I don't know who they are, and they just keep doing it. So that for me, that's like the biggest praise. To be honest, the first month is always the hardest because it's like you have these inflated expectations in some way, but you also want to keep it like kind of realistic what's going to happen. But man, for me, the biggest thing is that it's out, because I think that I think we worked on the album until like the week before we released it. There were still things like tweaks and changes. It was kind of.
I think that's why. I think by the end of it, we were just like, okay, we need to just.
Get the shit out
now.
We've
been working on this for
That begs the question: how long was this thing in creation for? Like, how long did it take you guys to make this? Because you were saying it started out as like you wanted to make an EP or like a track, and then it kind of just turned into an album.
Yeah, so I featured on one of Lou's projects, and then we started making like other tracks together. Not like the intention was EP, but I think from both of our perspective, it was like, okay, let's work towards the EP, and then based on that, we'll decide, are we going to make a full album? Do we stop here? And I think it very quickly became like, okay, no, this is going to be a full album. It would be I don't know, maybe a bit of a waste to just stop at 3 or 4 tracks. So we just kept going.
Yeah, exactly. The plan was, the plan was that let's just record as many tracks, then we're gonna select 4, and then we're gonna like drop some loosies later. But like as we were making them, the kind of, I wouldn't say that vision was emerging, but just looking at the themes of like in the lyrics, and you can kind of see that there's like a bigger picture forming beyond just like let's just drop 3 tracks and kind of. See what happens. It was very organic in that sense. It's been a while since I had that sort of experience, because I did produce albums for people back in the day, and it was always kind of like, here's a pack of beats, and then I'm just gonna do my thing. But like they were kind of in charge. But this felt way more collaborative. Like Gavin was really open to all the crazy shit I was throwing into the tracks, and it kind of worked both ways. It was quite different.
Because sonically, it's out there. Like, there's some things I couldn't name off the top of my head, but like something I go back to. I keep on going back to Up Up Up, where like it's an interpolation of something that in my brain I know it's like a reference. I don't want to sample snatch or anything like that, but like there's a lot of shit going on production wise that sounds like what's the word I'm trying to use here? Not apocalyptic, but like the whole album feels very much so like dystopian, kind of like we are in like this crazy fucking time. Like literally it's in the name, scrolling through the doom, scrolling through your phone as we are living through like major historical events. And like it's such a sick fucking sound that you guys tapped into. So like knowing that it is a very collaborative thing, and it was more like what the fuck am I trying to say here? Oh my god, my brain is fried, dude. You know what I mean?
It's the best album ever. Like,
it's fucking peak. It's peak, man. Like, it's one of those ones where I was telling you guys earlier where like I listen to a lot of music just through the nature of what I'm doing here. But the amount of times where I'm like, all right, bet. And then I just put on Scrolling Through the Doom and I just listen to it top to bottom. Like, I want to say I've given it like close to 15 spins top to bottom at this point. And like, the tracks I keep going back to, like Up, Up, Up for sure. Below Average Behavior is fucking crazy. The title track is like fucking nuts. The cut with Trey and Slumber Logic, You Are Here is crazy. Like, you guys really did something special with this one, man. Like, it's fucking wild.
Thank you.
And to hear it was a very like collaborative back and forth, like actual working relationship instead of just like, here's a beat pack. Then Gavin goes in the studio, records it, and it's like a more disconnected kind of vibe. I think we need more of that.
Yeah.
I think we need more of that. Because
for sure.
Go.
No, go ahead.
No, it's just appreciate it, because we did pull a lot of work into like those tiny details, like all of the samples that are used on the album. It's all coming from social media. Like we didn't use movies, we didn't record anything ourselves. It's all like playing on the theme of like how this shit is just fucking with everybody's brains, you know? Just the intro. It's just my Instagram feed. You know, I just recorded it as is. There was no edits. It's just all these things, all these words that all these ads are throwing at you. It's just there to fuck with your brain. That thing kind of emerged as we were making the track. I think when I got the vocals for the title track, I was like, oh, I see. I think this could be the vision for it, you know, and kind of started building like this whole setup around it with all these with all these samples and stuff. Like we started collecting some of them, and there were like bits from like stand-up comedy, like just crazy shit, you know, whatever. And none of it actually made it because it wouldn't fit the theme. It wasn't like we planned it that way. It was very organic, but there's just a lot of I don't know, just serendipitous things happening. Like the last track where the last sample is from a lecture I found on YouTube about like nature of consciousness and stuff, and it just fits perfectly Gavin's raps, and the time span between when those vocals were recorded and when I found that sample was like 2 years or something, and it just fits perfectly, you know. It's just all those tiny things. And then
Lou does like a really great job. Sorry for jumping in, but like when like he would send a beat and then I'll send him like the verses and shit, and he from there he will like pull the track out in like a way where like it adds like to the verse itself in a way, like songs sometimes change entirely from like the first draft to the end, but like just like the way that he fills up the song, because like I know like Lou, like you hate like when shit gets repetitive with beats and shit like that, so like the way he keeps it interesting. The sample choice, like even just the sample choice, like it's so irrelevant that it just makes it like it just adds like an extra layer. So I'm like, I really just kind of like let him do his thing, because every time it's just like, okay,
you know it's gonna be good. You know it's gonna be fucking fire, right? And that's the thing too. Like I feel it's a pretty not lengthy project. I want to say it's like 40 minutes, give or take.
It's my longest project I've ever released.
It's crazy because like sonically you're engaged the entire time. Like I feel for a lot of projects, especially in like relatively relating to the theme of like your brain being fucking fried from social media and attention span being as cooked as it is, like sitting down and listening to a whole project like that and being engaged the entire way through is kind of difficult to pull off unless, you know, like you're a fucking sicko. And clearly you guys are like fucking sickos at what you do. And like it's so fucking cool, man. Like, right on. And like sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's a conversation I have with my wife every now and then. You know, like I mourn the fact that people don't listen to albums anymore. And you can see how streaming force people to just change how projects are, you know, released, sequence, everything. Tracks got shorter. I was listening to Moment of Truth by Gangster.
Banger. Crazy album.
You know, and it was for me, it's like, wow, these tracks are fucking long. They have 3 verses. And the chorus is like 5 times or so. It's, you know, they just drag on, and it's just a loop, right? And I caught myself thinking, wow, this is too long. But then quickly I was like, shit, when I was a kid, when this thing came out, like I just would listen to the whole thing. It's like over an hour long. And it was a normal thing that tracks were that long. And you can kind of see from that perspective that, you know, a lot of things changed. And you know, looping it back, my wife is like, just release the tracks individually. I'm like, I know, but there's a vision behind it. We cannot just like drop the individual tracks, because then you wouldn't be able to put it together. So like,
and it's not cohesive, right?
Like exactly. I feel like an art of making an album it's not really lost. Like one of the Shrapnel releases, I believe from last year.
Oh, Nobody Planning to Leave?
Yes. That's the sort of stuff that I'm like, I listen to that album because of how it's put together. You can feel the intent and everything, you know.
Absolutely.
Whereas other things, for me, they just feel like just a bunch of tracks. Like maybe sonically they're cohesive, but that's where it ends. I just wanted to bring that back from a production standpoint. Like, let's make this sound interesting between every track, but at the same time, not make it sound boring. basically.
Yeah. And even with like the sequencing, I know a lot of people will like front load the albums with their arguably best songs because they know like the average listener is going to go and like skim through it. And if the first 3 songs are like, oh, these are the hard hitters, let me sit with the rest of it. It kind of ruins what makes certain albums so good. You know what I mean? And like, I think the Shrapnel record is the perfect antithesis to that because like, that was my favorite album last year, like by far, where top to bottom, you can listen to it, any track, any order and still be engaged. But the way that it's sequenced and the way that it's constantly like changing and moving and keeping you engaged is like fucking, it is a lost art, I'd say. And like, with that said, I think you guys hit the nail on the head with this one too. Cause like sonically, not only does it go into each other, but like thematically, everything, like it really does keep you engaged the entire way through, man. It's fucking sick. So like, kudos to you guys, for real. Like,
I forget how many versions of the album we had. We resequenced it like 6-7 times, I think.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But like, I think like thematically, I think like thematically, we were kind of, well, in the beginning, we were kind of just seeing whatever. Like, I didn't really know where it was going to go. And then like, you start to pick up on like the similar themes. And then I think by the time we made the track, Scrolling Through the Doom, we were like, okay, this kind of like captures exactly what's happening on the album. And then, that's kind of how the title and shit came about.
And that was like one of the highlights of making this project. When I got the vocals and I put like the first version and I was bumping it in the car, I'm like I had like shivers. Like, dude, like there's something in that track that everything around it just clicked. Yeah. And just the delivery and the theme and the chorus. Like, I could have left it as it was and it would have been like just as good as it is now. But but more than anything, like anchored everything.
Absolutely. I feel that is like the thematic climax of the album, for lack of a better term. Like, it really puts it right in front of your face. Like, yo, like, here's what, you know? Yeah. And like, that is easily my favorite hook on the album. Actually, not easily. Up, Up, Up is crazy. But like, it's so fucking cool, man. Oh, yes. I get so fucking hyped about this shit, man. Like, it's wild. It's wild.
That's dope.
So I want to know what the workflow itself looked like, because obviously you guys are in 2 completely different parts of the world. Was it, I know it started out as like an EP or whatever you want to call it, where, you know, I'd imagine it started out as like sending a few beats, sending some verses back, and then I'd imagine the workflow got more intimate is the wrong word, but like closely working together. You know what I mean? That's how I'd imagine the workflow was like. Or like, was there some crazy shit that was going on behind the scenes? Was there like...
It's kind of just like, he would have a folder of beats and like, I would kind of choose a few that I'm going to work on and then send him like a first version of their raps. And then once he has like a first version of their raps, he'll start working on the beat more to like, and then send me kind of like a demo version with like the updated beats and shit. And then sometimes from there, I would have to re-record or something, like, not have to, but like I would choose to re-record so that it would fit the beat more. Sometimes, I don't know, it wasn't really anything like super intricate or anything. It's just kind of like a lot of back and forth. That's like, at the end of the day, it's just, I send him shit, he sends me shit back. Sometimes I send shit back again. Sometimes I'm like, hey man, you know that song we made 6 months ago? I need to change 2 lines in the verse, so you're gonna have to do all of that
again. Yeah.
Those were the hardest moments where I'm like, we have a try, it's done, and then it's like, you know what? I need to change the end of it. I'm like, okay, go for it.
Yeah.
But then the recording environment changed. You know, like it just sounds so different. I'm like, I'm trying my best to like make it all fit. So like it sounds the same. I'm like, dude, you have to record the whole thing. It's just we cannot like.
Yeah, because the mix sounds different, the ambient, everything like that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. You know, I've been at it for a while, so I know my way through like mixing and just production overall. But there are just like some things you just cannot make sound the same. Or if you do, then you have to employ other tricks. Like, okay, we need to do a beat flip or something to kind of mask the differences. They would like some of the tracks just had to be the way they are, and they just couldn't put it there. Those were the hardest ones for me. I thought it's like I torture him with all the versions. I'm pulling up. I have like 20 gigs of like different drafts and versions of the same, of each track, and I'm like, is this guy gonna like quit at some point? Just say, fuck it, like don't send me shit anymore. Like this is good or something. Just because I was obsessing over so many details and just thinking about like the song structure and just the dynamics of like, like Mind Lurkers. The second track on the album, that was supposed to be the intro. That's why it has such a long opening. But I kind of didn't want to get rid of it because the whole track has this like tension build up, So absolutely. I kept like going back and forth, like, do we keep it that way? Is it too long? Is it too short? And just trying to then sonically match it with everything else because it's pretty dense track. It has like, I don't know, 32 tracks on like different instruments and so on. Those type of things where I would like work on it and just keep sending draft every day. Like, what about this? What about the bass here? Like, does this sound good? Like,
is this the perfect thing? Whatever, just, right?
I think too much.
Oh boy, my camera's off a fucking bean right now. Give me a sec. There we go. We're back.
You're good. You're good.
So that makes me wonder. Like, clearly you're both perfectionists with the music. How did you know that the album was going to be done and good to go?
I don't know that we did.
Yeah, fair play, actually. Was it more so that you made yourself a deadline and be like, if it's not finished by then, we have to fucking drop it?
Yeah, I just think I think we got to a point where we were both just like, we got to put this shit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was one thing, because the title is so good. The title track and the title of the album. I was just like Googling every now and then, has any motherfucker used it already?
Yeah.
For it was like, at some point I was like, okay, this is a clock ticking until somebody else just comes up with that phrase. And I'm like, this is going to be game over because we, that it's just like fucks up the whole plan. So it was like, at some point we just said like, okay, August, like we have to get it out. Yeah. We cannot sit on it longer. I'm just imagining some dude randomly, I don't know, in Dakota, puts ChatGPT to help him write lyrics and comes up with that phrase and we're fucked.
Yeah. And even like, that is a fucking perfect way to put it, because like, bro, we live in such a fucked digital age that probably could have happened, all things considered.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
I think I also just got to a point where I was like really struggling to write more, and I was like, I just got to take this as like I can't keep trying to like nothing. I don't know. You get to a point where it's just like I can keep making songs, but like the album is good enough. I'm struggling to write. I don't know if I keep making songs, but I'm not as like engaged with it. I'm probably just gonna make a bunch of songs that aren't gonna end up on the album.
Yeah.
Or something. So
Was this the only album that you were working on in like the time it was taking? Because I know.
No.
Yeah.
That's why Lou had to be patient, because I would just like. I would like struggle on one project and then like start working on something else for a bit.
Yeah.
It was definitely my main focus for sure. There's just like periods where like I will like really start to struggle to like find something that to write something that fits, that doesn't feel like I'm just saying exactly the same thing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I just need to step away from the project for a bit, and then I'd work on other shit like that. So there's definitely been like a couple of months at a time sometimes where I'm just like it's very slow moving, but usually when I get back to it, I can get like a few verses down in like quick succession and shit like that.
Because especially for how like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like heady the project is. It's one of those ones I'd imagine you need to live your life a little bit and, for lack of a better term, scroll through the doom a little bit more to really get more inspiration, right? So, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Fuck, man, yeah, that's wild. That is wild. I was gonna say, like, you kind of already answered this, but I was gonna say, like, was this something that, like, you knew you needed to make, or was it rather, like, I have this shit on my chest, like, lyrically, sonically, like, let's just fucking make it? Or was it one of those ones where like the way it sounds is that it kind of built upon itself just how you guys were working, where it kind of turned into this massive thing, as opposed to like, it didn't really seem like there was like a super clear vision at first, but then as the project went on, that's when you had the vision to really like get that shit going, right?
Yeah, I think it definitely built upon itself. I think I just wanted to make music with Lou.
Yeah.
And we just like kind of let it happen, and the more we made music, it kind of just became what it is. Like it was, like Lou said, it was very organic in the way that it came about, but it was very like it was organic, but it was still like thematically, it still felt like it was like after a few tracks, you're like, okay, this is definitely happening naturally, but you start to see where it's going, and then once you start to kind of see where it's going, you can build on that more and maybe become a little more intentional with it as you like building out the latter. When you're in the latter, like by like year 2, we probably like are doing things with more intention and like understanding where it's going thematically. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, coming off like, you know, I put together Fragments, and it was a cool experience of like trying to get all these people together and just make a producer album, which I never done in the past, so it was always on my checklist. I just appreciated being able to focus, just working with one person and trying to see what sticks, rather than be like, well, here's a bunch of beats and like, let's make a track. And kinda, then when you have all the material, kind of try to make something out of it. This was much more, well, slower, but then eventually became a deliberate process.
A lot more focused.
When I'm building. Yeah, exactly. And just being able to not have the pressure of like, well, there was some pressure of like getting the features squared off and like waiting on that, of course. But apart from that, we didn't really put any deadlines until we had to. That I think that's what helped a lot, because we're just like, we are just making tracks. Like, well, let's see where this goes, rather than being like trying to force it. I think that was of huge help as well.
And on the features, actually, there's only 4. It's Trey, Slumber, Hester, and Zane Too Faded, which this was the first I've heard of Zane as well. Fucking crazy.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder, did you know that you wanted features on it? And did you know specifically you wanted those, like the people who are on it? I phrased that really weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think the first feature that we got was Zane Too Faded. Zane's another South African rapper. But weirdly enough, I actually got connected to him via Def C.
Oh, shit. Right on.
Yeah, so Zane has like worked with like Slime, and I can't remember if he has a track with Def C or not, but he's made music with like a couple of those Chicago guys before, and then Def C knew he was South African, so he was like, yeah, you should be put in touch with him. And then I saw he was like makes music with a couple of the other rappers that I know, and then I reached out to him and I was like, yo, do you want to hop on a track? And then so he was the first feature that I got. He's super dope, great rapper, great guy. Then Slumber and Trey, I think that was like from the beginning, when as soon as I knew I'm making an album, I knew that I'm gonna get Slumber and Trey on. I just we got a few tracks together now. We'll probably eventually release a project together as a trio, but
fucking go. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Who knows when that'll be? And then Hester. Yeah. So then, other than that, I knew I would get one more. I wanted one more feature, and Hester is just like one of the
fits
best
like a
rappers
fucking
alive,
glove,
so.
dude. Yeah.
So that was cool to get it. Yeah.
I first heard of him on that the Sun Mundy Sasco record from earlier this year. And like after that, I was like, yeah, this guy's like a fucking sicko, actually. Like crazy.
Yeah. He's got a lot, like his Bandcamp, he's got some gold on it. And I mean, I've never heard a feature from him that isn't just amazing.
Yeah.
So getting to rap with him was really cool.
Yeah, and he always sounds different. Like he has this ability to rap on anything, and it's just, I was like, when Gavin told me like, oh, we're gonna use this beat for a feature with him, I'm like, how?
Yeah, like he would.
That's what I know the guy from, right? And then he just we got the verse. I was like, oh shit.
And he bodied that shit too. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. So Cool. That makes a lot of sense. Because I was gonna say all the features sound very intentional and like lyrically, of course, obviously everyone's talking about the same shit, navigating within the same space. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's fucking cool. That's fucking so cool, man. Oh my god, I'm geeking. Yeah,
Man, the stuff. I love it.
Yeah. I guess as well, like I'm gonna be real, Lou. The only project of yours I'd listened to prior to this was Fragments. And that compared to this, and like even with you, Gavin, going back from Memories, Dreams, Reflections, and 19521 Chaos, like completely different sounds, like going into it. Like they obviously are all wildly different projects. I want to know, like, where did that direction come from? Was this a space that you guys were comfortable, like a sonic space that you were comfortable navigating in, or was it like something that you pushed to, like you pushed yourself to get into that space kind of thing? Or was it more like this kind of just came naturally with working together? You both were like tapped in. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just like, I kind of just put my full trust in Lou kind of taking the lead in terms of the direction that it's going, and that he would like listen to me rap and kind of build on that. So yeah, he would be able to speak to it a lot more than I would.
Yeah, it's a somewhat difficult question because there's like a combination of when you're producing like one thing, you cannot go too crazy, like, you know, between like the spread of the sounds and all that, because it will just not sound coherent. That's why we had to release that EP in the beginning of the year, where the sound of some of the tracks just wouldn't fit the album, but we didn't want to like just have that in the drawer. That's why we released them separately. But I just don't like when it's just a loop. It's an 8-bar loop or whatever, and it just goes for 3 minutes. That's just the most boring thing for me. Rap music has to kind of work on two different layers, where it's like I can bump it in the background and it just plays there, and it just like there are some sounds that are interesting that your brain picks up, but you don't have to pay attention to the lyrics. Or you're in the I'm focused mode, like what is this guy talking about, you know? Those two things you have to kind of make both work. Because absolutely. For me it's like I find some albums just difficult to listen to, especially the ones that just don't have any drums. It's just you know, sort of musical loop. And there's just some dude rapping. I'm not gonna call names because there's so many of them. And I'm like, you did 50% of the job. As a listener, I have to be fully engaged with just that part. I cannot just like bump it in the background while I'm cleaning or whatever. You know? So that was one of the driving things for me. Like I want to make this sound interesting, and also kind of play around with different sounds, like not only be like, okay, I'm gonna just sample vinyl, because that's if I'm gonna sample like something and I don't have rights to, it's gonna be from vinyl record. That's just a constraint I put on myself, because it just makes it fun, because I just don't find it that interesting to fire up like Spotify or YouTube, because I can find any music I want. So technically I can sample anything I want, so there's no challenge in that. I've been at it for way too long. So limiting myself to using only vinyl records, and then I have to do the whole thing of digging. I have to go like to, you know, Little Tokyo in LA to go to a small record shop that sells only Japanese vinyl, so I can find something that I wouldn't have otherwise. And, you know, just driving around here and picking up, you know, records where I can find them. I've been to Poland, so I brought some of my dad's records and so on. Like that was one of the things, just to keep it interesting. But it also then kind of flex, and a lot of tracks on the album have no samples. Like I played everything myself and put it together, and without like that much knowledge of like music theory and such. But you know, it's also like a, you know, in the way that Gavin is flexing lyrically and just like trying to come up with these mind-bending cadences and switching flows, I wanted to do the same thing with music. Just to keep it interesting and also fit everything with lyrics. So a track like, you know, Gives Me the Creeps, it was just a simple loop, but it was just a loop. It was a break and a loop that I found somewhere, and I sent it to Gavin. And when I got the lyrics back, because of how the flows are switching and there's like no chorus there. We couldn't make a chorus out of anything. So I was thinking, okay, how can we structure that song so that it's just not 3 minutes of rapping, like start to finish?
Yeah.
That's how I started like thinking about different ways of combining it, but also looking at like through my junk drawer of projects and like some of the other genres that I produce. And like,
seeing if you can take something from here, put it in
exactly,
there.
and just see like, or just random shit. Like I'm learning about like different types of synthesis and like, like can we incorporate some like, different instruments I haven't really used before in a rap song, or it's like normally not the genre where you would hear something like this. Like, can we make it sound like Skrillex? Like, let's try it out. Those type of things like that.
Yeah.
So, like below average behavior. Like, I remember Gavin recording a completely different beat, and I'm like, I got it. Like, I see that it kind of works, but it didn't for me. Like, the triplet flows and stuff on that beat. Like, this is not working. So I basically remixed the track. Those sort of things happen a couple of times where what we originally started with is not what you're getting on the album.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of those first demos are just, they sound like entirely different songs.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Even like the Trey and Slumber song, like I sent them the first demo and then I sent them the final demo eventually, and they were like, "Oh goddamn, this is like the seventh different version that sounds entirely different."
I mean, the beat for that track was a joke because I just don't like drumless rap. So I was like, "Fuck it, okay, I cannot be like sitting on my ivory tower playing drums or whatever, and not make a track like that." And I ended up adding 3 different types of drums to it just for the fact of it, that sort of thing. Or like, I forgot the actual title that we released it on, but there's one track where I made a mistake. I just exported the beginning of the track, so it was just a loop without drums, without bass, nothing.
Oh shit!
Gavin was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna record on it." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? There's like a whole beat behind it."
I don't mind loops.
Yeah. Like if it works and it sounds dope, then like fuck it, right?
Yeah, but it was cool to then like put it back into the original track with like all the other instruments, and it just worked. Like that was like the easiest, one of the tracks that I spent the least time on. Just I just put the vocals, like, oh shit, it just works.
It
was incredible.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Oh fuck, dude. It's so cool hearing about the process behind this shit, man. Because like, wow. I guess you're answering my questions as like before I'm even asking them. So like, fuck yeah. I guess another thing, Gavin, this is just a question for you where at least in the projects that I've tapped in with, you tend to work with just like one producer for the whole thing. I want to know like why you do that. Is it more like you find it easier to work with one producer like that? Or is it just like the way shit goes where you make one track or an EP and then next thing you know, you have an album on your hands?
Yeah, I think I definitely prefer to work with one producer. Like that being said, I do like have plans of making a solo album with multiple producers, but for now I don't know. It's like what I love about rapping is that you can do it in a lot of different ways, and like working with a single producer, like each time, at least in my experience so far, is like a surefire way to make sure that it's not going to sound the same as your last project, and then you're going to be forced to like rap in a different way. And I like being challenged kind of by beats as well, and just like I always come back to that line that I got this other style I ain't flipped in a while, because I almost take pride in wanting to have like a lot of different styles that I can rap in. So absolutely. Like working with one producer and then kind of trusting their sound, and like because most of the time when I do this, I'm not coming in and I'm like, hey, make me beats that sound like this. I already know like what I like them for, and I kind of, if they into my raps, I kind of let the producer do his thing or their thing in terms of the sound, and then I kind of like a lot of the times when I'm making projects, like sometimes someone will send me like 10 beats, and then 9 of those beats are the songs on the projects because I'm just like, okay, these are all dope beats. I'm not gonna overthink this too much.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just
if
do
I
it.
like all of the beats, I'm just gonna try and rap over as many of this as I can, and then kind of just see how the vision plays out. I kind of always just kind of want things to play out organically. I don't think I've really approached the project from the beginning where I'm like, okay, this is gonna be about this. I think with the project I did with Mandisi, Dockow, 19521 Chaos, that I came into that project with like a kind of a predetermined idea of what I was going to do. It wasn't fully fleshed out, but that's probably one of the only times where I've been like, okay, this is what I'm going to be rapping about on this project. Most of the other times I'm kind of waiting for the beats, kind of just seeing what happens, sending verses back, and then letting it play out organically. But I think go back to your original point that working with, I also really enjoy the collaborative process. Just rapping over beats, it's obviously fun and of stuff. But like, making something together with someone is just, it's more fun, and like talking about the music as you're going along and like trying to figure out like what you want this final sound to be and stuff. I mean, that can obviously be fun doing by yourself as well, but you also have to be like more engaged in a way, not more engaged, but like I have to be like really, really committed to a solo album by myself. I have to be very intentional about it. And I mean, I have to do that with a project like this as well, but it also helps to have somebody else there that's going to be like, hey, how's it going? Where we at with this?
Yeah, and pushing you forward,
shit like
right?
that. So, yeah.
100%.
And like sometimes if I'm...
Sorry, you get the extra inspiration. Like, I never know what's going to happen,
sure.
you know?
Like, for sure. And like, if somebody's like, if I'm working on a project with somebody and they're like sending me beats and then like they make something, say we have like 3 or 4 tracks together, the producer will like make a beat and then get excited because you'll be like, yo, I'm going to send this to Gavin now.
Yeah.
Because they already have it in their head now. We already started making something. And then it becomes like a very intentional thing where 2 people are working towards this like cohesive thing. I don't know. It's just,
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And I'd
Yeah,
imagine
but
it's the
that
same
being
kind of
said,
thing. Like, let's say you send a verse back to Lou, and then Lou, you're going to hear that and be like, oh shit, I can do this entirely new thing with this. Like, it gives you new ideas, and then it...
Exactly. Yeah. It it's you just get like this extra tank of inspiration. You know, like when I would produce like instrumental projects, it's just all me. Like there's a vision behind it, like that there's like a, you know, it's harder because it's more abstract, right? So you struggle with it. It kind of takes more time and being more deliberate, just like creating a solo album with like many producers or whatever. You know, being on the rapper side. But like this is like just free inspiration. Like I'm never stuck because there's always something new that I don't control can happen like lyrically. I'm like, oh shit, that now I can think of like you know, going beyond just a simple like a 16 bar loop. Like now I can see like, oh yeah, we'll need more instruments. I need to start thinking about the cut selection and like you know, all that stuff, and just then that makes things grow. And just the, you know, the, what is the saying? The sum of the parts is bigger
than the whole, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck, that's crazy. I guess that leads into more or less my last question for both of you, which is, Gavin, who's your dream producer to work with? And Lou, who's your dream MC to work with?
Lou, you go first.
Because I have an answer. If you were producing a project pretty similar to this, I would love to hear Shrapnel on your beats, because that, like, I feel especially with like Nobody Planning to Leave and Metal Lung, like same kind of atmosphere, same kind of like dystopian apocalyptic type shit. I feel they would have fit like a glove on a project like this.
Interesting. If that were to happen, but you never know. I would totally put them on like some bass music, complete departure from like rap. I would like a lot of like crazy ass basses and drum patterns, whatever.
That could be sick.
Maybe some drum and bass. Carly Castro on a drum and bass track.
That would be fucking crazy, man. Yeah.
Well, I do have a short list, like Evidence.
Yeah.
I would love, like, that would be one of my bucket lists. Like, you know, like I've been listening to Dilated Peoples like since they started releasing things.
Yeah.
Jest, he's a UK MC, legend.
dude, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not tapped in.
Oh man.
I gotta dial in.
Listen. Yes. No,
Is he on Blah
mhm.
Blah Records with Lee Scott and them?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
he used to
Okay.
run his own label for a while. You know, he's been around. He's producing, rapping, like he's been at it for a long time. He's basically like, well, not that I think of it, he's sort of like Evidence from the UK.
Oh, type shit.
I'm gonna get some flack for this, but you know, I know I made some tracks with Dev C, but I would like to produce a whole project for him. It would be interesting because he's such a he sits in like very like particular sonical pocket, so it would be interesting to just play around, like do something else.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's crazy. Oh, that would be crazy.
Just for the fun of it, Cool G rap.
Right on. Yeah. I fuck with that.
Yeah.
That could be dope. Oh man, yeah. Because the way it sounds, like even just from these two projects that I've listened to, you are a very versatile producer, and I know you could make some like crazy shit.
Well, when the inspiration hits, I have these droughts, and then I come back and I just make like 100 things in a week, and then
Trust me.
you know, but it's I get bored easily, so
Yeah.
I always look for something new.
Something to keep you engaged, right?
Mm.
Fuck man, I have no cohesive body of music out right now, but same shit, bro. I've had this one fucking album in the work for like 5 years that I just go back and I scrap the whole thing because I'm like, this is shit and it's boring. And then like I'll come back with a wave, write a fuck ton of verses, produce whatever, and I'm like, yeah, this is dope. Lose inspiration for a month and then come back and be like, what the fuck was like? So trust me, yeah.
Well, the antidote to that is just you just release.
Yeah,
have to. Yeah, that's what I always tell people, that just put the music out, just release it.
I need to, man.
As soon as you just release, like, I guess shit doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, that's real. Like, that's real as fuck.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. And who is your dream producer to work with? Yeah, if you've thought of an answer so far. Because
number one for me, definitely 1000% is Blockhead.
Yes,
that's definitely my favorite producer.
Yep, absolutely.
Alive.
My fucking
outside
goat.
of that, I'd love to work with August Fanon. I'd love to work with Desire Music. I'd love to work with Child Actor.
Yep.
Trying to think of like super famous producers.
I think you want some Preservation shit would be crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my god,
that would be nuts.
That would be amazing. I'd love that. Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, for sure.
Even some Clown Cat shit, I think, would be crazy too.
Yeah. I would definitely want to work with Clown Cat. That's definitely possible.
Yeah.
That guy, he's amazing. He's a prodigy.
Absolutely.
But like I mean, there's a lot of like dream producers and shit, but like there's so many ridiculously like talented producers just like within these communities that are making beats like as good if not better than a lot of these like really well respected and amazing producers in the underground. So it's it's just like I'm working on some shit with Sasko. I've been very I haven't worked on it in a while, so he's had to be super patient with me, but he sent me a bunch of beats, and like I don't know, like that guy might be like one of the best producers alive.
Agreed
like,
fully.
For real as well. Like he's really, really good. And a lot of these like young people, dude, like PTY is ridiculous. He's like
PTY's a sicko, dude. Yeah.
It makes this crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that dude's the GOAT, man. I was talking with Millennium last night.
Another GOAT.
Yeah, another GOAT. It's fucking wild to see how many of these young cats in the underground are just making like crazy shit, dude. Yeah. Oh, you want some PTY production would be fucking crazy, dude, actually. Yeah. It's funny with PTY.
Yeah, I've done features for him quite a few times, but at some point when I don't have as many things to do, I definitely love to do something fuller.
Like a whole project, you know?
With him.
It fucking kills me because me and PTY, we were talking a little bit. No, you're back. You're good. Me and him were talking, and I was explaining kind of the concept of music that I was working on. And I was like, yeah, I have this one idea for a song, but I don't really have a beat, blah, blah, blah. Just like kind of floating it out there. And he was like, all right, bet. And then like 20 minutes later sent me back one of the craziest beats I've ever heard in my life that like perfectly fit the thematics.
Shit, that's fire.
And I was like, dude, like, yeah, crazy. I guess that's everything. No, you're good now. Unless you can't hear me as I'm speaking. Are we back? Fucked up, bro. That Cape Town internet ain't no joke, bro. Is he back?
Wow, that took a while.
Brutal.
Yeah, sorry, I froze.
You're back.
We're so back.
Okay.
Like we never fucking left. Absolutely.
Okay, I think I fell out there when you were saying somebody sent you a beat back in 20 minutes, but I didn't know who it was.
Oh, PTY.
Okay.
Yeah, like literally, like it was crazy. It was crazy. More or less, that's everything that I wanted to talk about. We've been going for about an hour and 10, and I think that is fucking primo. Before we wrap this shit up, anything that you guys want to get into, anything that you guys need to say, let the people know. Upcoming projects that you're working on, talk your shit, anything like that.
I don't know, man. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
I'll get you guys to send me all of your links.
GAAVIE.
The GOAT. Tap in. Or I guess he's over here, technically.
Yeah. I'm working on a bunch of shit. I'm working on a project. I mean, nothing is imminent. I don't want people to think I'm about to release more music. Take it easy.
Yeah.
But I'm working on a bunch of different shit. Like I said, I'm working on shit with Sasko. I'm working on I've got 11 or 12 tracks produced by Jesse the Tree that I'm just trying to finish off. I got beats from a lot of other people, but I've just been slow.
Yeah.
I've just been slow, but hopefully I'm getting back in the swing of making music like more regularly. So hopefully I might release something else before the year ends, maybe right at the end of the year. But I'll see.
For sure. I'll be there, bro. I'll be there. And I'll get you guys to send me like all of your links. I'll put that in the description of the video. So everyone listening, tap in with the description. Follow these guys, Instagram, Twitter, Bandcamp, fucking just everything, bro. Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Connect on LinkedIn.
God. Nobody add me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, fuck, bro. Mine is a bad fucking scene.
Why? It's a great source. We got some plays through LinkedIn.
It's too connected to my day job. I need that shit to be separate.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
No, man, I let go. I promote the music on LinkedIn, and like people are actually listening to it. It's
bro.
fine.
I was on a work call, and they saw this bed sheet behind me, and they were like, "Why do you have that bed sheet behind you?" And I couldn't tell them, like, "Yo, I run a fucking rap music podcast." Because I'd be talking crazy on here. Wild.
What do you mean?
Fucking wild, bro.
Oh yeah, I didn't answer the question. What I have coming through. I'm producing a short EP with Skull.
Oh shit!
Sacco and yeah, we connected finally. He was like one of my people I wanted to work with, but it happened. So I think we already have the beats selected. It's just more about like the time when things would get recorded. Some of the stuff that he sent me, just like recording over the phone, is crazy, and it's gonna be quite challenging to put together, just because of like, you know, he's such a great MC, but he's very dense and it's just cool as fuck. But at the same time, it's like, how do I make this like also interesting from a music perspective? You know, because the lyrics are just incredible, but I want to like do the same, you know, give it the same treatment as I did for this album to kind of keep the project also musically like a bit more developed. Apart from that, I have some like electronic music that I'm producing and just kind of getting back to it. This album took a lot out of me, so I have to kind of get back to making beats. I haven't made any. I have like a stack of records I brought from Poland last year, and I haven't even touched them yet.
Type shit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not on socials anymore.
Yeah. For
I have the account. I have the accounts, but they're just used for spamming people to just listen to the album. That's all. That's all I care about.
Hey man, that's how you got to do it sometimes. All things considered. Because I'm a victim of scrolling through the doom. I'm chronically online, bro. It's getting bad. It's getting out of hand. Why am I 24 years old with a private Twitter? Like, what am I doing? Anyway,
it's getting bad. It's been bad
it's
since
been
like
bad. It's been bad. Yeah, that's real as fuck. That is super real.
Twitter used to be a lot more fun, at least, though.
oh
Yeah,
hell yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Now
I feel
it's
like
just
yeah, I mean, like I was hoping that Blue Sky is gonna bring some of that back. It's sort of there,
No,
but once you once I like just stopped
you
actively
need like a
using
full
it,
migration, though.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
one. But just realizing for myself the time investment it takes, and just like how taxing it was, just on my attention to just like, oh yeah, have this shit open all the time while I'm working
Yeah,
or
for
doing other
sure.
things. And I'm like, this is not healthy. This is
is.
like cigarettes, but worse.
It's
Yeah,
like
literally.
Yeah.
Mental
I think
cigarettes.
like during the process of making the album, I was becoming like hyper aware of how like addicted I am to my phone as well. And so when we released it, it felt like, okay, I can stop this now. Not that I was doing it on purpose or anything, you know what I mean? But it was almost like, okay, man. Not that I'm fully stopped either, but it's definitely, it's like, I'm like, you have to like realize that like this is like an addiction that you have to actively work on stopping.
100%.
Well,
Stop just trying to hit these like dopamine highs by scrolling and.
It's engineered that way. That's the problem here, right? It's not only you; it's also engineered that way. It's a slot machine.
Yeah,
and
Slot
it's very
machine is so
deliberate.
good.
100%.
How it's all designed to keep your eyes peeled. You know, I had the chance to like sit in a bunch of airports recently, and I'm like just looking at what people are doing, and you just feel like a weirdo if you're just sitting there like doing nothing, you know, or just reading an article, as opposed to like everybody just like you can just see their thumbs like
Just
gaining
rolling on
muscle
sitting.
around them. Just they're like doing.
It's one of those ones where the default is to just be on your phone. Like if you're in a social situation and you don't know what to do, the default is just whip out your phone.
It's literally the go-to move for any time you feel remotely awkward about anything. Just divert your eyes to your phone. You don't have to look at anybody anymore.
Yeah. Going through the weather app and shit. Like what the fuck are we doing here, man? Yeah.
No, it's true. Like just I remember the time of reading books. It sounds fucked up when I say it, but like I sometimes think to myself, I have not read a book in a long time. Like I just would like to sit and read a book, and it just did it to us. Like it's very hard for me, at least, like just to focus on a long read and just go through it and kind of don't skim through the paragraphs. That actually absorb what you're reading
and really take it in, right?
Yeah, and it just fucked so many things. From there, like people have short attention spans, spans, and then the headline-driven information spreading, it just fucking everything up because there's no nuance to anything. I can just go on Twitter and say some shit that might be misinterpreted like in 700 different ways. It's just not an outlet for having like any, nuance and thought out arguments. It's just like people shouting, and that's how you see how everything's just dissolving. It's fucking crazy.
People argue on Twitter like it's their day job.
Like, why do you care so much?
I like both sides of the argument usually know. Look, we're not gonna end this with like, okay man, good chat. They know that neither of them are gonna change their position. They just need to shout at somebody for it.
Yeah, like just associating your self-worth with how many people you can dunk on is a very
crazy,
weak
man. Wouldn't it be fucking great if at the end of all Twitter discourse you could be like, I appreciate the conversation and perspective, my friend. Thank you for that would be fucking
I'll
lovely.
spend some time thinking about this tonight. And maybe it'll change my viewpoint.
Maybe.
Or just like come back to an argument that I had 3 years ago. It's like, you know what? Actually, in retrospect, you were right.
You pull up like the old threads and shit.
I actually
guys like, what are you talking about?
At the same, I do believe that it would actually change things. Like we can agree to disagree. I think that's something that we are collectively forgot. I can sit here and I've said some controversial things on this very podcast, and I don't mind. But I don't mind defending my opinion. But I'm also not like gonna be like an asshole about it and saying like anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
That's the craziest thing about Twitter is that sometimes the stuff that's actually been argued about with all this like literal language and like just like this really like mean way of speaking about anything. It's always like something stupid as hell. Like it's
brainless shit.
It's like it's about like lungs and feet. like,
Oh my
rapping
God,
and
dude.
somebody's saying they really like them and then everybody going crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even the biggest fan of them. Like, I think they're super dope, but I can
Mm-hmm.
get tired of it every now and then. But it blows my mind how much it offends everybody.
Oh yeah.
That like
every
people
time that
like,
fucking
that like certain people can like something that they don't.
Yeah. It's I think it was on the Rap Music Plug podcast when they were talking to him. Every time the video of them rapping on like no beat, every time it circulates, it causes like a fucking maelstrom of hate tweets. And it's like, dude, like it's just not that serious. Like that's why as well, I think it's so important that people are releasing, you know, art and media that talks about this, because like it really is easy to get lost in an echo chamber of just fucking bullshit on Twitter, you know? Like, it really is easy to get lost in that shit. So
it's an interesting situation, you know, that we made for ourselves, because at the same time, if you think about like how you were consuming music before the internet, where it was like you have 5 major labels, you are most likely not gonna hear anything that's outside of them unless like you are super into like, you know, hunting down all these like underground releases, like whatever that may be, and then you just listen to whatever, right? Now you have all these pockets of like small communities, like creating these tiny echo chambers, and that's actually amplifying it. It was supposed to be like the democratization of releasing music, because there's just so much of it, so you can find anything that if I like something, I can find like 300 artists that kind of sound the same thing. But it actually has the adverse effect of like fucking us up, because you're just becoming more and more close-minded. It's very interesting. Like something that was supposed to connect people actually like had the inverse effect.
Yeah.
And then we are losing the sight of that. We are losing the sight of that. It's just it's not helpful. Not to mention, I heard the stat this morning that 60% of Americans have a 6th grade reading comprehension. So like how the fuck we are supposed to like have like steer the society steer the society towards like a common goal. We are fucked. We are
we are
one of the most annoying things about Twitter now is that every time somebody says anything, the first reply you see is "Grok, is this true?" Why is this under every single tweet I see?
Oh my god! Don't get me fucked. And it's fucked because Grok is like actively poisoning water supply in Memphis, and people just don't fucking. Dude, oh my god. Elon Musk will burn in the deepest pits of hell. I swear to God, bro. Fucking it. Anyways,
South African.
Yeah. Gnarly fucking scene, bro.
We've canceled him. You guys have taken him, and he lives there forever.
It was that simple.
So I think now we should just wrap this up. Everybody, all my listeners, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sitting down with me and talking about this album.
Thank you for having us, bro.
My
really
pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Everybody, listen to Scrolling Through the Doom by Man Gavin LU. One of the craziest fucking projects this year. Very topical. I guarantee that every one of my listeners who hasn't listened to this yet, if you tap in with this shit, you're gonna fucking love it. Like, it is genuinely, like, not even trying to glaze. You guys went fucking crazy on this one, man.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Thank you, bro.
So with that said, I'm about to wrap up. I like doing a thing where I ask, what song should I play to close the episode out? What do y'all think?
Like any song from anybody.
No, song off the album, sorry.
Oh. Lou, you can choose. I don't know.
No.
Too much responsibility.
Too much?
The one, You Are, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Trey and Slumber.
Yeah, I like that. Give me like fucking 30 seconds. I'm just gonna do my little fucking bullshit. Hold on. Bear with me for a sec. Let me fucking, oh boy. I'm telling you, I run a really professional operation here. So let me do one of these. Let's do that.
Amused by his own confusion, some men would take it and loop it, ruminate on excuses and make